Basketball trending news. Your daily source for basketball news.
Indianapolis, Jeff Teague entered Bankers Life Fieldhouse on Monday and began living his longtime dream. He stood next to Indiana Pacers president Larry Bird and coach Nate McMillan and held up a white number 44 Pacers uniform. Teague smiled. His words during an introductory news conference were filled with unbridled joy. With almost every answer, Teague, the Indianapolis native, shared and explained his love for his hometown. He also made it clear he plans to continue his career in Indiana beyond just next season. "I always wanted to play for the Pacers," he said. "To have an opportunity like this is big for me. I'm trying to make the most of this year and, hopefully, be here a long time." The Pacers acquired Teague, an elite point guard, in a three-team trade that became official last week, after it was agreed to 2 weeks ago, when he passed his physical. Teague, 28, will enter the final year of his contract, worth $8 million, next season. As for his future, Teague repeated much of what Bird said Friday. He too desires to sign a long-term deal with the Pacers, which is expected to happen after next season. He does not want to play for his hometown team for just one season. "I would love to spend the rest of my career here," he said. "This is the best basketball city. I just love this city. I've been a Pacers fan for years and now my dream has come true." Teague's love affair with Indianapolis and the Pacers began during his childhood. He, much like other Hoosiers, grew up playing basketball and loved the sport the more he studied it. His favorite Pacers growing up were Jermaine O'Neal and Jalen Rouse. He rooted for the Pacers when the team reached its only NBA Finals in 2000 against the Los Angeles Lakers. A standout from Pike High School, Teague said the first time he played at Bankers Life Fieldhouse was as a member of the Indy Star Indiana All-Stars. "I think I got a dunk, and I was so excited," he said smiling. "That was pretty cool." Even when Teague established himself with the Atlanta Hawks, he made sure Indianapolis remained with him. His left arm became a tattooed mural to Indianapolis, the Colts logo, the sun shining over the Indianapolis skyline, the outline of the state of Indiana, the 317 area code, the 465 interstate sign and 1988, the year he was born in Indianapolis. "I wanted the state all over," he said. Several factors led to the Pacers acquiring Teague. Bird began transforming the team 2 years ago and coveted a true point guard. Teague, despite becoming an All-Star 2 seasons ago, had grown uncomfortable about his future with the Hawks after playing in Atlanta for 7 seasons. The Hawks spent the past 2 seasons developing the younger Dennis Schroeder to replace Teague. Meanwhile, the Pacers were not convinced that George Hill would resign with the team after the final year of his contract next season. With Teague and Hill having similar contracts, Bird said last week all that remained was finding a third team, which became the Utah Jazz, to facilitate the trade. But Bird made it clear he traded for Teague because he is the perfect point guard, quick, aggressive and impressive in the open court, for the Pacers' up-tempo offense. "He's a true point guard that can play out on the floor and make plays for other guys and score on the ball," Bird said Friday. "He gives us a lot speed of getting into the paint and making things happen." Teague said he could not believe the news when he learned of the trade. Instead, coming back to Indianapolis to spend his summer with family and friends, Teague was returning home for the foreseeable future and joining Monta Ellis, Paul George, Thaddeus Young and Miles Turner as his new teammates in the Pacers starting lineup. "The timing," Teague said, "was perfect." He fully accepted and embraced the opportunity to represent his hometown. He scoffed Monday at the idea that playing for the team in the city he was raised would provide heightened pressure to perform well. "I think if I would have came here as a rookie, being so close to home and having that comfort zone, I don't know if I would have worked this hard, knowing that my friends are right there and being 19 and making a certain amount of money," Teague said. "But now that I've had to grow and be a man out there in Atlanta, to come back in this environment, I think I can handle it a lot better." In understanding the trade, Teague knows he is replacing Hill, who is also an Indianapolis native. He plans to reach out to Hill, his friend, about his experience playing for the Pacers the past 5 years. Teague, though, does not plan on changing now that he is a Pacer. He will wear number 44 to continue following his older brother. They both wore the number in high school. He will live with his father and mother in the house he bought them that is close to Pike High. He hopes his sense of pride for Indianapolis will translate to his play on the court. He has already envisioned the Pacers' home opener next season, his entire family, his parents, 2 brothers and 2 sisters, watching from the stands. Teague said he does not need to be introduced as the hometown hero, which was how Hill was identified for Pacers fans. When Teague said that, he was asked what would be appropriate during the introduction for the Pacers starting lineup. "Just a kid from Indianapolis, Indiana," he said.
Basketball Trending News, your source for the latest news in basketball. Be sure to subscribe to receive notice of our upcoming videos.